Something just dawned on me. I'm stuck in California for the weekend, right? Because Friday I had a load lined up, ready to go. Easy 1-2 pickups in the same area, head back to Florida. And at the last minute, they canceled it because they didn't have
Imagine
enough
waking up one
product.
day and realizing that nearly half
Now,
of the
what I'm
people
picking up
responsible
and
for
what I
putting
usually
food on
pick
your
up from
table
California
might
is
disappear
produce,
overnight.
vegetables, and
Sounds
fruits.
dramatic.
Some of these loads I
Well,
get
it's
like
happening right
22,
now.
24
42%
pallets, and they
of
may
poor
cut like
farm
1 or 2
workers in the
pallets
United States
sometimes.
are
But this time,
undocumented.
I was only
The
picking up
USDA
13 pallets in
estimates
total,
that
and they
over
cut the whole
52%
thing.
of all
What
farm
on earth
workers
could
are
be happening that
undocumented.
they didn't have
In
enough product to
California,
cover
the heart
13
of
pallets of
American
lemons and
agriculture,
carrots? And then it hit me like a bag of
undocumented workers are the
vanilla
backbone
ice. We
of
are
the
all going to get a
industry.
sample of
But
what
now
it
it
feels like
seems
to be
that
under pressure. There
28% of
isn't
farm
enough
workers are not
product, not
showing
enough
up,
carrots,
fearful
oranges,
of
lemons,
deportation,
strawberries, grapes,
fearful of
none
border
of that.
patrol
There's not
raids,
enough
and
of the
fearful
product
of losing
because ain't
everything.
nobody there to
And it's
pick the
not just
product.
fear, it's a
Because they're in
protest.
fear. Probably
Latinos
not
are
even in
shutting
fear
it
of
down.
being actually
But what
deported.
happens
There
when the
probably is
fields are
fear.
empty?
But more
Okay,
so
let's dive deep in
annoyance,
the
because
reaction
I'd be
and break
annoyed as
this all
fuck.
down
Somebody
for
came to
you.
my job, be like, show me your papers. Fuck you mean show me your papers? I feed you, bitch. Just because it's not happening to you don't mean it won't affect you. And I forgot I already knew that. I'm just speculating. I don't know what's going on for real. But if I was a betting man,
75% of farm workers in California alone, did not show up to work today. A lot of these are undocumented workers. But there's also a percentage of them that are not showing up to their shift in solidarity. California produces and exports the largest amount of citrus fruits, strawberries, grapefruit, oranges, lemons, limes. You have grapes, you have artichokes. I see a lot of people on this app saying, oh, I'm having trouble finding a job and there's no jobs out there. But now there's going to be plenty of jobs. What I want to know is, what did Donald Trump think was going to happen? It is not just farms. These folks are roofers. They work on our roadways. They work in construction and drywall and paving. They do a little bit of everything. Be prepared for your fruits and your vegetables to drastically increase in price. We're not even a week into this new administration, and we're all in the find out phase. Now, even though I didn't fuck around, me and all of my friends that voted blue, we're in the find out phase as well, even though we didn't want to find out. We didn't fuck around, therefore we shouldn't be finding out. I'm seeing a lot of people that live in Mexico that are saying, don't come here. Don't drink our tequila. Don't eat our tacos. Don't buy our food. Don't come to our beaches, our beautiful beaches and resorts. Who is going to be signing up to do these jobs? Because these jobs have to get done, right? Or you're going to have fields and fields of fruits and vegetables that are going to die. They're going to go bad. Then we can't bring them to the grocery stores. Who's going to do this? Who's going to sign up to do this? Because now you wanted them all to leave, and now they're leaving. So now what?
The USDA says that over 52% of farm workers are undocumented. American farmers are sounding the alarms, patriots. Now, before I go on, please follow me on YouTube, please, and Instagram. You know, we got to do that stuff. Patriots, check in. This is Secret Service Sam. This is a global sensation. Farm workers are going to get deported. More than half of them are undocumented. So my question is to the American people who voted for Trump to lower grocery prices. We all want grocery prices to come down, inflation to come down. We want to be able to afford a home again. We want eggs, right? We want gas prices to come down. But my question is, and many farmers across America are also wondering, how's this going to play out? Because there's literally crops that are just rotting on the vine right now because ICE is making raids. Even in Texas, construction workers are freaking out because they know that more than half, again, of their labor force is undocumented. This is how many people in America are able to make a profit, because they're able to take undocumented citizens who will work for less than documented and often do jobs that the documented don't want to do. So it's a win-win for many businesses. But now this is going to test everything, because who is going to be getting those crops to the grocery store? Are you going to take that job out in those fields all day long for that kind of money? I don't know many Americans who are willing to do it. Let me know, though, if you guys are, in the comments. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of TikTok.
Farmers voted overwhelmingly for Trump, especially in my home state is no exception, Nebraska. We notice. It is noted already that many 24/7 packing plants and large-scale bakeries, commercial bakeries, already do not have workers showing up because of the ICE raids. There is produce rotting on the vine across California, and in the springtime when planting season starts, and then harvest time in the fall, it's going to get wild. So my question is what's going to happen with the federal subsidies? There's no way the government is going to continue to provide federal subsidies for farms that will not have the manual labor. But this seems like a manufactured problem by the government to get rid of American farmers. I said what I said. Everything could very well come apart at the seams.
Frankie, what's going on, pal? I'm at the yard, and nobody's here. Nobody came in. Yeah, these guys are really fucking shaking up over here. All the excavators are shutting off right now. Yeah, no one's turning them on because, no one's here. I don't know if you realize this, but everybody here was undocumented. To be honest with you, I was thinking about it, and if you want me to continue working, I'm going to need a raise. I'm looking for $200 an hour. It is what it is, Frankie. You want me to operate the fucking machine? This is what it costs.
Texas is now reporting that 28% of the farm workers are not showing up for fear of deportation. How are those eggs?
Well, already the crops are rotting in the fields in California. In Kern County, California, the largest agricultural county in the largest agricultural state in the country, immigrants are terrified to go to work since a series of Border Patrol raids have been going around and rounding up anyone even remotely suspected of being a farm worker, meaning anyone who looks Hispanic. By the way, in a county that is 56% Hispanic. This is the county that grows all of our fruits, all of our grapes for wine, nuts, almonds for almond milk, you name it. And there is no one to work the fields, and immigrants are now staying home, leaving the fields to go untended. If you thought food was too expensive, wait until you realize who grows our food. What on earth is wrong with Republicans? They're saying that 75% of immigrants have been staying home since these raids, terrified to go to work growing the food that we eat. Please share your thoughts and don't forget to follow me on YouTube.
Hello, boss. Yes, it's Raul. Nobody coming to work today. Everybody very scared. So if you don't give me more money, I'm not coming back because I'm the only one with a green card. So if you don't give me $100 an hour, I leave it. Okay? I leave it right now. I don't care. Okay, no problem. That's it. The place is shut down. That's it. I leave it today.
Shut down the construction sites. Shut down the lawn and maintenance companies. Shut down the farms. Shut it down. Shut down everything. All immigrants, get off the work site. Shut it down. Let this country fucking burn. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down now. All Latinos, get off the work sites right now. Show them. Get the fuck off. Take it off. Get out. Let this country burn. And all you motherfuckers who love the shit that's happening, that were jacking off at what's happening, make your own fucking food. Clean your own fucking house. Build your own fucking house. Clean your own fucking house. Mow your own fucking lawn. Do the shit your fucking self. See how long your fucking ass lasts.
Let's talk about something that a lot of people don't want to address. Right now, the US is seeing a massive push for deportations and immigration crackdowns, and is already starting to backfire in ways people wasn't expecting. According to the USDA, 42% of crop farm workers in the US are undocumented. That number jumps to 52% when you include all farmers. These are the people working in the fields, harvesting food and doing the grueling labor that most Americans refuse to do. Now, Texas is reporting that 28% of farm workers hasn't showing up due to fears of deportations, and Border Patrol is actively arresting workers on farms. In response, Latino farm workers in places like California are working off the job, organizing protests and making a powerful statement: no workers, no food. So let's break it down. Let's be real for a second. Most Americans don't think about where their food comes from. They go to the grocery store, grab a bag of lettuce, pick up some strawberries and never stop to ask who picked this? Well, the answer is simple. Immigrant farm workers, mostly undocumented. These workers are out in the fields for 10 to 12 hours a day in extreme heat with little protection. They pick crops by hand, work in conditions most of us couldn't handle for a single afternoon, and do all of this for low wages, no benefits, and no security. And yet, instead of recognizing their importance, politicians are targeting them for deportation. The Republican-led crackdown on undocumented farm workers is already having consequences. In Texas, nearly one-third of workers hasn't showing up because they fear getting detained at their job sites. In places like Florida and Georgia, farmers are panicking because they don't have enough workers to harvest their crops. So what happens next? What happens when the farm workers disappear? The immediate answer: food shortage, skyrocketing prices, economic collapses in agricultural states. If undocumented farm workers are deported, here's what we will see. Number 1, farms will shut down. Many farms already operate on thin margins. If they don't have enough workers, they simply can't function. Number 2, crops will rot in the fields. This has already happened in states like Georgia and Alabama, where anti-immigration laws force undocumented workers to leave. Farmers were left with acres of rotten fruits and vegetables because they couldn't find replacement. Number 3, groceries prices will explode. If food production slows down, the supply chain collapses. Less supply means higher prices for everyone. Number 4, the American economy will take a massive hit. Agriculture is not one of the biggest industries in the US, and undocumented workers are the backbone of the industry. Deporting them doesn't just hurt farms, it hurts restaurants, jewelry stores, transportation companies, and consumers. So tell me, who exactly is going to replace these workers? But America will take their jobs. One of the biggest arguments we always hear is, well, if they leave, Americans will finally have jobs. Okay, let's test that theory. Do you remember what happened in Alabama in 2011 when the state passed its harshest immigration law? They forced thousands of undocumented farm workers to leave overnight, and guess what? Not enough Americans stepped up to replace them. Farmers try to hire American workers, but most people quit after a few hours or days. The work is physically exhausting, the pay is low, and there are no benefits. Americans simply do not want these jobs. That is why farms continue to rely on undocumented labor. Even prison labor has been tested as solution and it still failed. The work is too demanding and people won't do it. So again, who is going to pick our food? Now, here is where things get even more interesting. In California, the state with the biggest agricultural industry, Latino farm workers are organizing protests. They are saying, if you are going to treat us like this, we are shutting it down. And let's be clear, if Latino farm workers strike in California, the entire country will feel it. California produces over one-third of the vegetables and two-thirds of the fruit and nuts in the US. No farm workers equals to no crops harvested. No crops harvested equals to empty grocery stores shelves and insane food prices. These workers are providing a point. You can't deport us and expect food on your table at the same time. And people are waking up to this reality. How are people reacting? Wait, so conservative wants mass deportation, but they also don't want food prices to go up. They can't have it both ways. The same people screaming immigrants are taking our jobs are not out here applying to pick tomatoes. Make it sense. If these farm workers strike, America will be forced to admit how much they rely on undocumented labor. It's funny how the government wants to deport them but is arresting the farm owners who hired them. Republicans don't realize they are making their own food prices worsen. These are real dive in how people are reacting. Some are realizing the truth while others are doubling down on anti-immigrant historic, completely ignoring the reality of how American food system actually works. So what is next? Will the government continue these deportations, even if it means destroying American agriculture? Will farm owners finally speak up and say, we need these workers? Or will politicians finally wake up and realize that without the undocumented labor, the entire system collapses? At this point, America has to make a choice: deport undocumented farm workers and watch food prices skyrocket, or create a system that allows these workers to stay legally, protecting their rights and ensuring Americans' food supply. Americans relies on these workers. Deporting them won't just hurt them, it will hurt all of us. So what do you think? Should undocumented farm workers be protected? Should they be given a path to legal status, or will the US government keep making decisions that push us closer to a food crisis? Let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you for watching, and let's continue this conversation in the comments below. Let us share our thoughts and perspectives with one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on this story and more. I will see you in the next video.